Okay, before we get into this, I just want to say I know I took a week off posting videos. I mean I did post a short of me doing like voice impressions, but like I'm talking about Let's Play videos. I did take a week off doing Let's Play videos, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Greetings and salutations, and this is Tech Plays here, back with more Silent Hill 2, and you know what, we are gonna talk about it. To put it simply, I basically just took a week off posting videos because I wanted a little break. See, the way I work is whenever I want like a break from Let's Plays, I don't want like the occasional long break. Every like month or two, I just want like a week or two break from it. Sometimes I'll take a month-long break from it, but that's usually that was usually between seasons of Run On Games, and that's probably gonna be the way it is between seasons of Tech Plays. So yeah, but between seasons of Tech Plays, I'll probably take like a month-long break. But other than that, you'll usually see me disappear for a week or two at most, and usually I'll post like a month worth of videos between those breaks at a minimum. So yeah. This time, I don't think that's what happened. Let me look. What was the last time I took a break? I don't know if it's been at least a month yet. It probably has. I don't know. I think the last time I took a break, right, was yeah, it was over a month ago. Okay. So yeah, I did was it? I'm looking at yeah, what no. Yeah, it was over a month ago. I think it was in the middle of it was either in the middle of or before my Sonic and Shadow Generations Let's Play. I don't remember. Oh well. Point is, we're getting videos done. I already have my next Let's Play planned too. I haven't started recording it yet because I have too much, I have too many videos saved on my PlayStation. And while my storage isn't all the way full, I don't want it to get close to being full just from videos. Plus, having way too many videos pre-recorded would just be overwhelming for me. So, until I get near the end of both these Let's Plays, both Silent Hill 2 and Aquambot, I'm probably not going to start it. But the next Let's Play is going to be Batman Arkham City. I've already decided that because I've been wanting to get into the Arkham games on my channel for a while now. And I don't even know the reason why I haven't. I think I recorded a Arkham Asylum Let's Play during like season 3 of Run On Games, but then like I either got another game or felt like doing another game. I don't remember what happened, but I ended up doing another game. I think, if memory serves me correct, I think that other game might have been Resident Evil Village. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think that's what was in. Hold on, I gotta check this. I gotta like trigger my memory here because it was in Run On Game Season 3. I know that for a fact, but what game was it is what I'm trying to remember. Run On Games Volume 3, my bad. Uh no, it was in Run On Games Volume. It was in Run On Games Volume 2, my bad. Because I think it was Resident Evil Village that I got this game, now I want to do it instead of Arkham Asylum. And then I never really attempted to record an Arkham game again. And now I am, because I'm at a point where like I want to play them. I really want to do them. And there isn't really many games on my backlog because I do have like, you got to understand, some Let's Plays I'm pulling games out of my backlog to do. Like Spyro 2 was in my backlog. I never played it before the Let's Play. I finally played it because like the only Spyro game I touched in the Reignited trilogy was Spyro 1. And both Spyro 2 and 3 were in my backlog. I don't know if I'm doing Spyro 3 because I've heard there are some really, really strict story completion requirements, and I don't think I want to do that. We'll see, we'll see. I definitely want to do more Crash games, though. I've only done Crash 4 and Crash 2. My next, I don't know when I'm gonna do my next Crash Let's Play, but it'll either be CTR or Crash 1. One or the other. You might be wondering why I'm putting off Crash Warped, because the way I play Crash Warped, I want to do Crash Warped is the same way I did Crash 2, which is, I want to do like 100% completion run, and I've never 100% did Crash Bandicoot Warped before. I know that's crazy. Like I'm terrible at the time relics. That's what it is. Like the time relics have helped me back from doing that. So I want to save that for last out of the four, no, the five Crash games I could do. Because I've already done Crash 4 and Crash 2. And the next one's probably going to be more likely CTR, because that's the one I enjoy the most out of Crash 1, 3, and CTRs. I kind of doing them in order. I guess not exactly in order of ones I enjoy the most, because I think I enjoy. Sorry if you hear me move my mic. I think I enjoy Crash 2 more than Crash 4. But the reason I did Crash 4 first was because at the time I did that Let's Play, I had just gotten the game like a month or two before, and I wanted to do a Let's Play of it. So that's the reason I did that first. But Crash 2 is definitely my favorite of the available Crash games I could do. We are about to cross over into our first instance of the, I think it's called the Otherworld? After this cutscene, of course. We're just gonna go silent. Yeah, and that's the introduction to. Why'd I pause the game here? Okay, good. I don't have to cut it out. It was only for a few seconds. That is the introduction of the most iconic part of Silent Hill 2, Pyramid Head. So, quick thoughts on Pyramid Head. I'm a little like. Okay, not really disappointed. I don't really want to use that word because that implies that like it's a bad thing when in reality it's just whatever. I guess it's more missed opportunity. Like, I feel like it's missed opportunity that they didn't have any sections of the game where, like, Pyramid Head served as, like, a Mr. X. There was one small area of the game where there's, like, a hallway that goes in a complete circle, and Pyramid Head follows you through that hallway. It's really late into the game, if I remember correctly. There is a section like that, but he only really, like, follows you in that hallway. So it's like, there's not really any, like, Mr. X type danger rhythm. Plus, this game is a little more linear than RE2 Remake, so I feel like if Pyramid Head was like a stalker enemy like that, he would have come off feeling a lot more like an Evil Within, and stalker enemy, or not stalker enemy, an Evil Within enemy, that like an Evil Within 1 enemy, or a Outlast enemy. Actually, Outlast is probably a better comparison. He would have felt more like an Outlast enemy than Mr. X, which I would not have enjoyed, because I love Mr. X. Don't get me wrong, I love Mr. X, but when it gets to Outlast levels where like you can't stun them, all you can do to avoid them is just hide. That is not something I enjoy at all. Is this when we get introduced to the explodey vomit boys? Yes, it is. Hate those guys. Okay, I don't. They're not that frustrating. All things considered, the game gives you enough ammo to deal with them from a distance. But they are a bit annoying because you have to wait a second before you approach them after they're dead, because even after they've blown up and squirted their vomit or whatever, they kind of just you take damage for like the next few seconds if you walk in that general area, and it's a little annoying, I must say. This is when the game first really started to spook me. Like, this game genuinely, the first time since my first RE2 run, I have been this scared of a video game, was here. And it gets even scarier later. Like, this game scared me in ways that Resident Evil hasn't been able to in a while. I mean, that is partly my fault because I'm overexposed to Resident Evil now, so I'm like used to it. It's not really like the game's fault or anything. And whenever I play like a Resident Evil game for the first time, it does spook me a lot when it's trying to be scary, that is. Obviously, like, games like Village and RE4 Remake don't scare me that much, but then, like, my first, R3 Remake either, but my first runs of RE7, both the Revelations games and RE2 Remake and RE1 Remake had me spooked. Speaking of RE1 Remake, that's probably going to be my next Resident Evil Let's Play. I've been putting it off a lot. And the reason I put it off a lot is because I know I'm going to have to rely on a guide a good bit, because even though I've beaten the game twice, even though I've beaten RE1 Remake twice, there's a lot of stuff I forget about the game. And the game is like a lot more complicated than like the other Resident Evil games, so it's like there will be parts I require like a guide. And that's why I've been avoiding it, because I don't like reading guides. Like, I don't like playing a game completely to a guide like that, for a Let's Play at least. Because I want the Let's Play to be, like, as much of my gameplay as possible. That's why, like, I swear, for some reason, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but that red light that emits from the save points gives off the opposite effects of the Resident Evil save rooms. Like, the Resident Evil save rooms, you feel safe. And yeah, I feel safe when I come to those red squares, because that tells me that there's not going to be an enemy nearby. At least not close to it. And it tells me I can save, but the red light it emits is just so spooky. I don't know if that's just me or if that's like intended. I don't know where I'm at because I did a weird cut there. I don't know why I cut the video like that. Oh no. Ooh. I think that flashlight flicker happens later in the hospital too, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Like the flashlight going out and then recharging. Your flashlight has like almost infinite battery. If not infinite battery. I think like the parts where it goes out is like pretty sure it's scripted because this flashlight is basically on throughout the entirety of every dark area of this game, and this doesn't really happen too often. So I feel like it's infinite. It's just scripted when it does this. I can't hear the audio of the video because the way Share Factory works, and I think it's dumb as fuck that Share Factory makes it where you can't hear the video. There should give you an option for that. That yellow herb right there. Or not, I don't know if it's a yellow herb, but it looks like the yellow herbs from RE4. And like when I first saw that, I was thinking, is this a Resident Evil Easter egg? Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be looking way too deep into like just them using an asset. But to me, at least, I want to look this up. I kind of want to look this up, like see if I'm right about this, because I feel like, hold on. Silent Hill 2 remake. Yellow herb. Easter egg. I want. Okay, let's see this. Cool Easter egg. Please be unlockable. Oh no, this is talking about. Okay, there's no answer, so I'm probably just reading too deep into it. They probably just used an asset that was similar to a yellow herb and just said, fuck it, we keep it here. They probably weren't trying to put an Easter egg. But it does remind me of RE4. And, like, both the first time I walked past that potted plant and when watching the video back, like, it just draws my attention too much for me to believe it's not meant to be an Easter egg to Resident Evil. Because it stands out too much, and, like, I think it's the only place in the game they placed that asset. So, again, it feels too intentional. It's the only place in the game they placed the asset. It stands out way too much where it is. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but I get the feeling that that's like an Easter egg to Resident Evil 4 Remake. Which this game, I saw a lot of people, like, when, like, the trailers and stuff, like, and all that for this game were coming out, like the gameplay videos and all that, I saw people saying, like, this game looks like RE4. I don't really get that feeling. This game, to me, feels a lot closer to the RE2 remake. In a way. Like, its atmosphere is a lot closer to RE2 than it is to RE4 because it's a lot spookier. You have a big menacing enemy that reoccurs through the game, which in for RE2 remake that was Mr. X. Here it's Pyramid Head. You have locations similar to the RE2 remake, like I don't know, the hospital Reminds me a little bit of the lab, a little bit. Some parts of the Nest lab. Just a tad bit. Some of the environment design reminds me a lot of the RPD in a way. I might be stretching here. It's just, I don't know. It feels like it was inspired by RE2 more than it was RE4 Remake. Is what I'm getting at. Like, that's the feeling I get. I could be very much wrong on this. And of course, when, like, I know this is a remake of a game that's like, how's the original Silent Hill 2 game? It came out in 2001. This is a remake of a 23-year-old game. I'm aware of that. But I'm more so speaking on environment design and gameplay style. It reminds me more of Resident Evil 2 Remake than Resident Evil 4 Remake. Except the inventory. You don't have limited inventory like you do in either of those games here, which is, I won't lie, it works for this game, but I feel like the experience would have been enhanced if there was a limit, even if it was like a Skyrim style limit where like you just can only carry so much weight, and they just kept the same like inventory UI menu design. You just had a weight limit. Like, that would have been more interesting, and then you could just either drop items or discard items. I feel like that would have been more interesting, and that they could have made that work. Do we have the valve for this yet? No, we do not. Okay. I remember where we're at now. The reason why I was like so off topic of what's happening in the game at the moment is because I forgot where we were. I remember exactly where we are now. Especially after that window slam. Yep, I know exactly where we are. We get the key to 306. And there's the valve handle we're going to need for later. You have to turn it. And my first time through here, I did die here and have to redo this part. My first time through here, I didn't realize you have to grab the valve handle after. But I do this time. Actually, I don't know if you grab the valve handle from this one or if you grab it from the next one. I don't remember if the next one already had a valve handle. I'm not sure. This is from weeks ago. Bear with me here. This is from like almost a month ago. At this point. Okay. These maps are so confusing to look at when you're not playing the game. Like, when I was playing the game, they're easy to read, but when I'm like looking back at my gameplay and looking at the map, I'm like, what the hell is all that? There's a wall right here we gotta destroy. And it'll just lead us into rooms we've already been. So that's why past reach is going. I don't really want to destroy that wall because it just leads me back. Where was... Okay, it was 306. Is that... It's the one on the end. Yeah. It's the door on the end over here. Fucking hell, man. Where'd it go? Mannequins get real annoying later in the game, especially when you like come across the spider ones. Spoiler alert, but spider mannequins worst enemy in the game. By far. I can tolerate every other enemy. I hate the spider mannequins. They're so obnoxious. Because take what's already annoying with the regular mannequins, right? Take what's already annoying with them and amplify it tenfold with the spider mannequins. Like, those spider mannequins are just so fucking obnoxious. I'm so glad we don't beat them until, like, about 2/3 into the game. Like, we don't meet them until we get to the prison, and by then you're, like, 2/3 of the game. You're, like, 60% through the game. I'm so glad they're only in such a small chunk of the game. And they don't appear in the final area either. I'm pretty sure they only appear in, like, the prison. I'm pretty sure they only appear in areas in the prison and the area after it. I forgot what that's called. The labyrinth, I want to call it. Yeah, they appear in the prison and the labyrinth, and then you never see them again. So luckily, they're not, like, a big part of the game. Oh, wait, no. There is a couple that appear in the hotel at the end of the game, but it's just, like, 2 or 3 of them, and they're usually alone. So it's not as annoying as it is in the prison. The prison's really the only area where, like, the spider mannequins are going to be a real pain in the ass. Because after that, they just appear, like, 1 or 2 at a time. More sparingly. So it's like, yeah, they're tolerable after that. They're just really annoying in the prison. Is that ammo? I want that ammo. Give me the ammo. Thank you. There is a boss later in the game that we're going to encounter too that's really, really fucked up and creepy and stuff like that. If you understand the context and you see the boss design and all that. Whew, we'll get to that. That is also in the late game. But we haven't even got to our first boss here, so no need to talk about it here. Hi, mannequin. You thought you could sneak up on me, huh? Not today. No, sir. Okay, that was just a room that just had some ammo. Oh. Okay, that's what it was. You saw me walking slow through here is because the radio kept staticking, and I was like, where's that enemy at? It was just a guy that popped up down there. Here's me going to destroy this wall finally. After refusing to for so long. Yeah, it just leads me to somewhere I've been, but there's an enemy down there. A couple enemies, actually. I think it leads me to somewhere I've been, at least. Jeez, where are all these enemies coming from all of a sudden? I don't think... Do I have healing items? Because past me's not healing. Is this where I died? Yeah, that's where I died. Okay, so when I mentioned earlier that, like, I died, that, like, realized I was supposed to grab, like, a valve, that happened off video, apparently. I thought, like, I cut out the one I died on and did the replay, but no. Apparently I cut out the replay. But, it works. I guess the run of me dying is probably more entertaining to watch, so it works. Guys, gotta chill. Guys, gotta chill. Okay, so I don't really know what to say at the moment. We got 8 minutes left of the video, so I'm trying to think of what to ramble about, because I could ramble for 8 minutes. That's nothing to me. I've done that a bunch. Why is the flashlight flickering again? Or just the same part as earlier, and I'm just showing it? I don't know. Who knows? I know I'm about to get jumped out here and I don't like it. Yep. Sir, you were not stealthy at all. I saw your ass. I saw your ass standing there. You were not stealthy. So let me talk about these mannequins, dude. Let me talk about my gripes with them. I don't have actual genuine gripes from a gameplay design perspective. I think they are actually an excellent enemy for this type of game. But that doesn't make them any less annoying. These motherfuckers will pick the most random corner ever in whatever room they're in. They'll stay completely still, and until you look at them, they won't move. Except if you walk past them. Then they'll jump your ass. Yeah, I don't like mannequins, man. Mannequins are just the worst. And it gets even worse when you come to spider mannequins later in the game. Those spider mannequins don't really pull the hide in the corner type deal. They more so just crawl on walls and the roof. Like, they're usually moving a lot more than these guys. They're also faster than these guys, but they're also less tanky than these guys. As in, you can kill them with like one shot of those guns. I think aside from the handgun, you can pretty much kill a spider mannequins with any gun, with just one bullet, if I recall. Then again, there's only 3 guns in the game, so that I know that's not saying much, but you can kill one bullet of the hunting rifle, one bullet of the shotgun. Neither of which we're gonna get yet. If I remember correctly, we don't get the shotgun until I want to say we get it in the hospital, and we get the hunting rifle in the prison. They do spread these weapons out a lot. Like, you play like the first third of this game with just a handgun, and I kind of like that. Here's the thing. I always loved using handgun in Resi games because it feels like more, I don't know, it feels more rewarding because the aim's better. It takes more hits to kill enemies. You have to aim at their head to truly do damage with it. It just always felt more rewarding when you could kill an enemy with a handgun. So being able to do that for like the first third of the game before you get like your better guns, it's just amazing, and I love that. I love that choice for this game. I know that might not be for everybody. There might be people who like play Resident Evil and then come to this and they're like, where's my big gun at? I want to blow shit up. No, you ain't doing that here. This game really, like, I feel like this game has like a nice balance between Resident Evil and a game like Outlast, where like you're given enough like weaponry to defend yourself, but they don't go the extra mile of giving you bigger weapons until later in the game. Like, they make you feel like you can only have these small weapons for a while. You only have a handgun and a board until you get out the apartments. Then you get a pipe and a shotgun. And then later in the game you get a hunting rifle. So it's like, yeah, you just slowly upgrade. Kind of the same way you do Resident Evil games, but much slower. I would say the progression of weaponry here is probably similar to that of RE1 Remake. Because in RE1 Remake, you obviously start with the handgun, and then you get a shotgun. Then you get a grenade launcher. Then there's like an optional Magnum you can go back for. I think that's it. I think that's all the weapons for that game. But the Magnum's completely optional. And you can't get it till late game, if I remember correctly. You have to go back for it. And the grenade launcher, actually, maybe this isn't like Resident Evil 1 Remake, because you have all 3 of the main weapons of that game by the time you reach the halfway point. So maybe it's not. But this game kind of gets away with you not getting those weapons until the late game, because like most Resi games are like 8 to 10 hours long. So if they did introduce those weapons in the late game, you'd barely get to use them. But yeah. There we go, we got the hour hand. This is the first piece of the clock puzzle that I didn't even know existed yet. I don't think I've pulled off the cloth or anything, but when we go back to it, we'll know it exists. We have to go out to the balcony, right over here, I think. Yeah, because the other side's blocked off. Oh, that dropped the staircase. Okay. What's in this room, though? No, we can't go in. Okay. I kind of assumed that. That kind of looked like a room we couldn't go in. So. Here's the clock that I missed earlier. Now we know it's here. This puzzle. I think I did this legitimately. I want to say. I don't think I had to look up anything for this one. But whether I did or not doesn't matter, because we're going to have to end off the video in just a moment here. I think, though, if I remember correctly, I do solve this before. I do boot this before I end off the video. I don't remember. If not, you're just staring at a stagnant puzzle for a minute. But oh well. I'm ending it off here. Bye.